yes, the sweet science. This guy could have been a professional boxer, probably a world champion if he so chose. He loves the MMA game, but his boxing is certainly his bread and butter.
I mean, a guy that was on par to make an Olympic team. And that is in one specific skill set. When you reach that level, when you're winning the national championship, and you're about to go to the Olympics, but you choose a different avenue.
Yeah.
You decide you want to fight mixed martial arts. It's truly something special. He has the most educated jab I have ever seen in the octagon. He throws the jab. It always comes back to the face. It never goes to the hip. And if you rush him, he has an ability to switch stances from conventional to southpaw and land a great counter right hand that will put your lights out.
Better jab than your guy Rosendo Sanchez?
Oh, it's unbelievable. He puts Rosendo Sanchez to shame.
Well, a special feel in this arena tonight for more reasons than one, but of course the centerpiece is the former two-division UFC champion, the future Hall of Famer, Conor McGregor, returning to the proving ground here tonight. He fought 3 times in 2016, just once in 2018. Everybody's excited to see what version of Conor McGregor shows up here tonight.
There are more Irish flags in the building than you'll find anywhere in the United States of America, and it's all for the notorious one. Conor McGregor has taken his country, put it on his back, and rode it to superstardom. He is a fantastic fighter, has really good takedown defense, which allows him to keep the fights on the feet where guys are always in danger. You're constantly in danger whenever you're fighting Conor McGregor because the moment you attack, that counter left hand is like a piston, and he can shut your lights out with one strike.
Yeah, that McGregor counter left hand, truly one of the best weapons in mixed martial arts today. A master when it comes to movement and distance management. And also just rising to the occasion, right? When all eyeballs are on him, and you've experienced this as well, the ability on fight night to shine.
All the distractions, Conor is able to shut him out, and he goes into the octagon, is focused, and always gets the job done.
And now our tale of the tape for this heavyweight fight. More than 5 years apart. Some differences in height and reach. And now to get us started, here is Bruce Buffer.
This is the main event of the evening. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Yves Lavigne. And now, this is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, it's time! 5 rounds in the UFC heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a boxer, holding a professional record of 18 wins, 7 losses. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in at 170 pounds. Fighting out of Beijing, China, Li the Leech Jingliang! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a kickboxer, holding a professional record of 16 wins, 2 losses. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 145 pounds. Fighting out of Dublin, Ireland, the notorious Conor McGregor!
Okay, guys, protect yourself at all time, obey my command at all time. If you want to touch love, do it now, go back to your corner. You ready?
All right, here we go. Round 1, outstanding matchup of strikers. Any chance this thing hits the canvas tonight, Champ?
I don't believe so. I think when you have 2 high-level strikers like you have in these 2 men, they're going to go to the center of the octagon, and it's going to be a kickboxing match. A kickboxing match that you will see in a ring. Tonight you get to watch it inside of an octagon.
Well, perhaps a sign of things to come as he lands a kick there.
Nice kick landed by this penalty.
Looking to land the right just out of range.
Big, powerful punch lands. Now he gets back in range.
Rock'em shock him out of the chute here. Well, we'll see if he can turn this defense defense into offense, but he's doing a great job blocking shots here tonight.
As of right now, he's thinking more defensively, and he's doing a great job of not taking any damage. Dig and kick.
Nice combination of strikes to the body, as the great Daniel Cormier might say. You make an investment to the body, and then you cash upstairs.
Cash upstairs. Grab that ticket. You're a big-time gambler, John. Bet on the underdog, go cash it out. The underdog's the body shot. Eventually, the head's going to show itself.
I like that.
Big punch lands over the top. How's he going to follow this one up?
Right hand upstairs.
I mean, he's cutting down the sides with these beautiful leg kicks.
So he lands another counter strike there, all set up by his brilliant job defensively, getting that head off of the center line and using his opponent's aggression against them. Nicely done. So we pull up the numbers here. 28 total strikes have landed for Conor McGregor.
What a punch.
Oh, and there's that patented McGregor left hand. They got to bronze that left hand and put in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, you know it's coming, but because Conor does such a great job of managing space, he's so quick, he's so active, you don't know when he's going to throw that punch. He's throwing bombs. Every time they come into contact, he is throwing bombs. Look at him whip his hip into that kick.
Tags him with the left. Trying to set up that counterattack. Big left hook coming, it's blocked. McGregor gets caught with that punch. Got to shore up the defense here. Goes to the body there. His opponent in a world of trouble.
Beautiful level change. Make him think you're going low, and you come right over the top with that beautiful overhand. Great punch.
Oh, straight right. He's looking to land the right, just out of range.
He has a commitment to kicking tonight, and it shows.
Nice shot to the body there.
Look at him chopping the wood. Chop the wood with those leg kicks.
That shot is blocked by McGregor.
He's throwing every part of himself into these big leg kicks.
Starting to do some really significant damage to the body here. Another strike lands there.
Look at how he turns his hip into that leg kick. Look at the angle of that nice body kick. Oh, wow, those leg kicks are already taking effect. Another big body kick land.
Big shots being landed on both sides here. Oh, that's a big connection there from McGregor, DC.
I mean, big strike landed for Ireland's favorite son, Conor McGregor.
Really timing his shots nicely. Good tempo, very accurate, finding the range with relative ease.
Yeah, he's doing a great job of really overwhelming his opponent with activity.
Checks the leg kick.
Ooh, what a punch. Nice kick. These guys are going at it.
Going to the leg kick now, and it's there. Nice job by Conor. And he lands the knee to the body now. Oh, an educated jab there. I could watch this dude jab all day.
I mean, he's so light on his feet, and when he pops that jab, it comes right back to his face.
Oh, he lands another strike to the body, really starting to connect on a lot of shots to the midsection, and these will take their toll as this fight goes into the latter rounds. His misses are entertaining. Slips to avoid that left. Oh, he's got it going now. Nice connection there, DC.
Another punch landed. Big leg kick land.
Horn sounds for the end of round one. Oh, the round is over and blood is just fauceting out of this cheek. That cheek has gotten out of control. Cutman can only do so much, and given the fact that that cut continues to be attacked by the opponent, if this thing gets any worse, they're going to stop this fight. All right, now we take a look back at some of the action in that previous round, DC. A lot to like on both sides, really.
I mean, both were intent on going forward. And what happens when nobody wants to take a step back? They meet in the middle. That's exactly what they did, and they both found success over the course of that round.
All right, here we go with our next round, DC. Pretty good game plan in the previous round. Attack the body to great effect, and we'll look to continue to do so here.
He has done a great job of making the investment. The investment to the body that may not pay dividends early, but as the fight goes long, you will see it start to pay itself out. Ooh, what a punch.
All right, well, he's landed some good shots tonight, but there's no three-piece, there's no soda. More often than not, it's one and done.
He's not even getting a combination. I mean, if you're going to sit there at the drive-thru,
Yeah.
order a combination, take the soda with your food, give him the right hand behind the jab, give him the hook behind the right hand. Jab, right hand, hook. That's 2 pieces of chicken and a biscuit. Finish him off with the uppercut. That is your soda. I mean, come on, man. Let this guy have the whole thing.
Slipped that offering from his opponent. In the past, we've seen him sort of lean on the toughness. Tonight, he's leaning on the defense.
And you see the evolution of the fighter in front of him. He doesn't have to be tough anymore. The more he can slip strikes, the longer he can prolong.
Trying to go to the body now with the kick. That one misses.
Great punch landed with so much power.
Oh, he lands another strike to the body. He just continues to punish his opponent's midsection here in this round. Right hand on point. Oh, tags him with the left, so the right hand has been there. Now he goes left hand.
When you're in, he's in trouble. He's hurt bad.
Well, he's up, but oh, is he hurt. Wow, what a head kick. Oh, straight right.
Punch over the top.
Pretty significant result. The left side.
Very tricky when he throws that body kick.
So some nice deception there. Pretty good lead left hand.
I mean, from the southpaw position, instead of throwing a jab, he's throwing his power hand first. I wonder what he's setting up.
Timing his shots pretty well here early, DC.
He's doing a great job of mixing things up, keeping busy, being very active.
So a much different approach from him here in round 2. Took him a while to find the range, get in his striking rhythm. He has found it here, and as a result, has really picked up the pace in round 2.
Look at him drive his shin into his opponent's body with that body kick.
Hands up! Hands up!
Nice punch there by Conor.
Drop that hook!
One huge head kick.
Game of inches right there, boy. Wow. It was good night as that landed.
Come on, buddy. Keep your hands up. Let's go.
Way to hide that leg kick. Big body kick lands.
Big right hook coming, it's blocked. Ooh.
Ooh, head kick lands, was hurt. Great punch.
McGregor gets hit by that leg kick. Slips. All right, so a nice job there defensively to raise the guard and prevent any damage.
Those hands never leave where they're supposed to be. And if you do that, most times you will block the shot that's incoming. Look at the whip action that comes from him throwing that kick.
Splits the guard, lands the right hand.
That one snuck in. Nice strike.
He's in a world of trouble now.
They say the straight moves are the ones that get there first, and it got right to the target.
Oh, straight right. Oh, high-level defense there. The hook shot is blocked by McGregor. Man, looks like he's trying to set records here, landing all of these strikes. He is aggressive to a fault and really has been all night long as he continues to pour it on. Got to be careful here, though, not to gas out.
Liver kick, if you take those kicks, it's going to shut your body off.
Oh, a huge block there. All right, he
guard of your opponent.
All right, so a big round for him there, maybe even a 10-8. There was a big knockdown in there, courtesy of the kick. DC, talk us through it.
He found his spot. I mean, he knew that there was a weakness. He found the spot. He recognized an opportunity to go and chase down that head kick. He threw it, it landed, and he almost got the finish.
Third round underway.
Straight punch lands. Oh, big head kick.
Well, most fighters can't keep punch lands. That's as good a punch as he's thrown all night.
The punch that lands down the middle, the one that you don't feel, is the ones that land perfect, and that one landed perfectly.
Oh, beautiful head movement. Slips there. Right hook to the head blocked. Man, look at the size of that bruising on his body. Oh.
He can't break your will.
Big punch lands. Ooh. Nice leg kick. He loaded up on that right hand too.
And now they are throwing both sides with conviction.
Big body kick.
Oh, nice counter to land the left hook there. Misses with that punch. Oh, nice hook by him there.
How many times can this young man land this particular punch?
All right, so a knockdown for him in the previous round, and you can just see by his body language how confident he is in his strike. Oh, huge right hand!
Dude's hurt. Serve him up. Go get him. Beautiful strike. Oh!
Just out of the range with that right hand. Swing and a miss by McGregor. 3 minutes to go in the round. Well, you got to admire the urgency here. He is trying to keep the judges out of it, lighten up his opponent left and right. Nice job by the fighter here to continue to block the shots coming his way. You think he's trying to sort of fatigue his opponent here a little bit?
He's kind of watching and seeing everything that's happening in front of him. Later, you'll see him start to throw counters after blocking shots.
And he landed the right hand there. Well, he's always on the counterattack, but a nice leg kick there by Conor. Grips the body there.
Over and over.
Shot finds the target there.
Great shot lands. Now he's got to go find that follow-up attempt. The kill shot is what they call it to going in the fight. He's just being more aggressive, and because he's being more aggressive and more loose with his strikes, he's landing. That's a big strike right there. Oh! What a fantastic strike to throw at the exact right moment. He deserves this moment. Go finish his fight.
Huge block there.
Hands high, hands high.
Look at him whip his hip into that kick.
Well, he keeps going back to the well with that left hand, just out of range.
Real nice body kick land.
Oh, cash money with that left hand counter. Yeah, looks a little wobbly on his feet.
He needs to start looking to finish now because he's got his opponent hurt very bad.
Bone on bone as the head kick lands flush.
He better get those hands up or he's going to put him to sleep.
And both guys really throwing with authority. Oh, you gotta like the output here. So aggressive with the strikes. He continues to light him up. Gotta be careful here not to gas out, of course, but you gotta like the offense we're seeing from him, especially in this round.
real quick leg kick.
Oh, a nice straight there by Conor. Just misses with that one.
Beautiful body kick.
It's not over. It's not over. Keep moving.
Oh, left hook to the head. It's blocked.
Nice punch lands over the top.
Oh, nice job by him there to slip that off.
10 seconds.
Just out of range with the straight left hand.
Take a deep breath and relax. Watch him look to finish this round. Put the pressure on this guy.
All right, so a huge round for him there. Nearly had him out of there with the head kick. Did get the knockdown. Talk us through the replay.
He got the knockdown. He won the round. He did everything correct. The only thing he didn't do is finish the fight. But if he continues down the path, if he continues to do the exact same thing as he did before, he will get that finish.
All right, next round is underway. You know these are two of the more conditioned fighters on the roster, so cardio is not going to be an issue here. And for some fighters, you know, you can have one of those adrenaline dumps or the cardio abandons you on fight night. Not the case for these two guys. Both look very fresh as we start this next round. Well, not only has he stayed aggressive as he was in the previous round, landing a high volume of strikes. See on that punch right there, his opponent's compromised, DC.
It's one thing to land a hard shot. It's another thing completely to land a perfect shot. And that was a perfect shot. Look at how he turns his hip over when he throws that kick.
They continue to exchange. Oh, beautiful execution with the knee strike there. Now we'll see if he can follow it up.
What do you follow up a beautiful strike like that with? We'll see very shortly.
Wow, that right punch has been the money weapon for him tonight, and he landed it again there.
If his opponent does not change something, he will continue to throw the strike until he makes it. Stop throwing.
Well, he continues to stay busy, and he continues to land with volume punches here.
I mean, volume, but he's not wasting anything. He's so accurate out there. Nice punch lands over the top.
Nice liver shot lands. And now his opponent in a world of trouble.
Such a sneaky head kick. He did not recognize it was coming high, and now he's got him good bad.
Combination lands for him. It was hard to see a miss in that sequence. He's put it all together.
I mean, everything is just flowing. He's like in the zone. It's like the basketball hoop becomes twice in size. This guy today is looking at focus mitts in his opponent.
Oh, significant strike attempt there, but a huge block.
Look at him working at trying to shut the liver down.
While the body was wide open, his opponent took advantage. Kicked.
Oh, he's hurt bad. He's hurt bad, John. He's got to press him.
Oh, huge right hand. Well, he's up, but he is hurting for certain. The finish could come at any time.
Good right here.
All right, so he lands another punch there, and he smells blood in the water, going right back at that cut.
Absolutely. The opponent has a lot of scar tissue around the eyes. He was able to cut it open, and now he's just touching it over and over again.
Well, it's one thing to have length, it's another thing to use it, and he does it as well as anyone. Nice kick there by Conor.
Let him go. Time to let those hands go.
Well, straight right hand has been a good weapon for him. He misses with it there. Nice defense there. Huge block. Oh, nice connection there with a punch, DC.
Great time to land that punch.
Another shot lands upstairs.
Stay strong. You got this.
Oh, man, that's a nice kick right there.
He's doing a great job of landing that kick.
Oh!
He's hurt bad.
Oh, he is up, but man.
He's hurt. Serve him up. Go get him.
Oh, big left.
You're all right. Get some offense.
All right, So a good job by him here. He continues to block these shots. Seems to see them coming a mile away.
He sees them coming a mile away, and he's blocking, he's rolling, he's slipping. He's doing a great job.
Oh, and he connects with a punch there, DC. He's out!
He's done, he's done. What a performance!
Yeah, there's another one for the highlight reel, and that's probably as good a knockout as he's had in the UFC. Just a perfect shot to end the fight. Crowd absolutely loving it. Flush land to close out his opponent. I'm not even sure the other fighter saw it coming. So a big knockout for him here tonight on the biggest of stages. All right, let's get you some replays now. Certainly a lot for our replay guys to work with in the truck. This was a clinic tonight in terms of mixed martial arts acumen in every realm of the game.
A full-on display of all of his skills. He did everything in this championship-winning performance. He used his wrestling. He used his elbows. He used his pace and pressure to really wear down his opponent so that he can get his hand raised.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Yves Leving has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 39 seconds of round number 4. Declaring the winner by knockout, the notorious Conor McGregor!
Well, there will be no shutting that smile off tonight. The celebration is on as he gets a huge win by knockout tonight.